Welcome to Y Live. Today we will be doing yoga. I am Jennifer, representing the Patrick Henry Y. Make sure that you are prepared to begin. Consult with your doctor before starting any exercise program and modify today as needed. Ready? Let's get started with yoga. We're going to do a gentle yoga class today in the yin style. Yin yoga is when you hold your poses for 3 to 5 minutes to allow the connective tissue to release. We are a culture of a sitting people. We sit approximately 11 hours every day, and as a result, our structure suffers, and our fascia, which is the connective tissue of the body, gets tight and short and rigid. I will show you a few poses. This is a 30-minute class. We will hold our poses for 2 minutes today as opposed to 3 to 5 minutes. If you want to hold longer, I suggest that you stop the video and hold the poses as long as you wish. We're going to start in what is called butterfly. Butterfly is also known as cobbler and Baddha Konasana. I'm sitting on a block to modify the pose to suit my body. What we'll do is tuck our chin in and gently go forward. We will hold this for 2 minutes. This is a good pose to do before you go to sleep at night. A lot of times if you have trouble sleeping, it is because your fascial system has become tight during your sitting day. This is a pose that helps to stretch out the lower back, also to allow the hips to release a bit. We're breathing into our belly, our chest, our back. I like to suggest that you unclench your jaw and soften the shoulders. The most important thing about this practice is that you have no sharp pain, just a dull ache in the poses. So there is some time where I won't be talking. We will just hold the pose and remember to adjust as you need to. Remember, the breath, being deep and full and complete, is the most important part of the pose. That has been 1 minute. We'll hold it for 1 more minute. Remember that you can adjust the position of your feet. They can go further forward or further back, whatever feels best for you. We have 30 more seconds. Take a deep breath in. As you prepare to exhale, pull the navel to the spine and lift your body slowly upright. Bring your knees up. This is just a transition pose. So bring the knees up, bring your arms around, and notice the sensation in the hips. Maybe they feel like they have had a little massage. Come upright. Now we'll do what's called easy seat, Sukhasana. I like to have the left leg parallel to the front of the mat, right leg awkwardly in front. This allows the thigh bones to come out of the hip socket in a more natural way. Again, we'll tuck our chins in. We will go forward in a forward fold. I like to do this every night before I go to bed. This helps with sleeping, especially if you've been sitting or driving all day. So again, we'll hold this for 2 minutes in your own practice. You can hold it longer. Remember, the breath is deep. Breathing all the way into the bottom of the lungs. Check to see if the jaw tends to clench up when you have a little discomfort. Back out of the discomfort to a place that's right for you. Now that we're sitting and we are still, I bet your minds become active and you start making lists. It's because we are human. When that happens, just take notice and then focus on the depth of the breath. We're halfway done. Remember, no pain. We have about 15 more seconds. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull your navel to the spine and gently come up. What we're going to do now is a gentle twist. So I'm going to bring my left knee right to the midline of the mat, facing the front. Bring the right leg over. If this is not available to you, you can keep the bottom leg extended. I like to sit on the block, as I said. You can sit on a pillow or a couple of books. Take your left hand to your outside of your right knee and twist to the right. Keep the spine long and tall. And one of my favorite cues is to keep your head on straight. Bring that right shoulder way back. The right hand comes as close to the middle of your back as it can, towards the sacrum, the bottom part of your spine. Keep lifting up the front body and softening the shoulders. In our culture, we do not do a lot of twisting. This helps to release any built up fluid in the body. And when you inhale, envision the lungs massaging the heart. Keep lifting the front body. Try not to collapse. I like to hold this particular pose for at least 3 minutes. Remember that you can stop the video at any time and add more time to a pose if you wish. We have 30 more seconds left. Don't forget to breathe into belly, chest, and back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull your navel to the spine and come back to center. You're going to drop the right knee, so ideally you would have knee over knee. Remember, the block under the hips can help get you the height you need. If this is not available to you, straighten out the bottom leg. This is called shoelace in the yin tradition. We will be holding this for 2 minutes, ideally for 4. Tuck your chins in, lengthen the spine as you go forward. Hands can go to the ground. If you don't have a range of motion to do so, just stay upright. Do what feels right for your body. This helps the connective tissue in the sides of the legs and the sacrum area, the lower part of the back, part of the hip structure. Never any sharp pain. Notice the sensations in your body. And notice when the release happens, or it may not happen. It might take a couple of classes, or it may take years. Remember that this is a practice. Whatever you're able to do is the right pose for you. Keep the bones of the hands spread wide. Think about what we do with our hands during our day. We usually are grabbing something, holding on to something. And the bones and the muscles take that shape. Take a deep breath in. Pull your navel to your spine as you come upright and undo that leg, those legs. Come back to that transition pose, pulling the knees into the chest. Keep lifting the front body. Thinking about how much we collapse in the front body during our day. Let's do the other side. So right shin parallel to the front of the mat, or whatever is available to you. Left shin in front. Tuck your chins in. Go forward to what is the best alignment for you. We will be here for 2 minutes. Remember, if this is not available to you, you can extend the bottom leg out and put this leg on top. You can use props underneath your thighs. If you have any blocks or pillows, they're very nice to use. And as I always suggest, take notice of the difference in the right side compared to the left. I love to say that we are perfectly asymmetrical beings. We have 1 more minute. Breathing into your belly, your chest, your back. Unclenching your jaws, softening the shoulders. I always like to remind people of that because I find that in my own practice, my jaw starts to tighten and the shoulders creep up and my breath becomes shallow. Take a deep breath in, pull your navel to your spine as you lift up. And let's bring the right knee to the middle of the mat, left leg over. Remember, you can extend the bottom leg out if this is not available to you. Take your right hand to your left leg, the outside of your left knee or shin. Bring that left arm behind you and turn that left shoulder as far back as you can, as far as your body allows. Keep your heads on straight. One of my favorite cues. Find a point to focus on. Notice if your eyes tend to jump around, maybe the mind is active. Breathing into your belly, your chest, your back. Notice the difference in range of motion, the right side compared to the left. Maybe your back has more tension in one side than the other, maybe your hip does. One more minute. Keep the hearts lifting, the shoulders soft. Left hand comes as close to your hips as you can. Remember that you could put a block or a book underneath that back hand also. Notice where there's compression, notice where there's opening. Take a deep breath in, navel to spine as you exhale. Coming back to center, bringing that left leg over the right, tucking your chins in, going forward to your own range of motion for whatever feels best for you. 2 minutes here. Keep the bones of the hands spread wide. Notice the difference, the right side compared to the left. Some people will be more upright depending on their bone structure. Some people can forward fold all the way down. I'm sort of in between. One more minute. Notice when the jaw starts to tighten up, or maybe the tongue flies up to the roof of the mouth, that the mind might be very busy. So focusing on relaxing those spaces, softening the shoulders. Taking a deep breath in, navel to spine, as you lift up and come back to that transition pose. So bringing the left leg back to center, right leg back to center, hug your knees in. You can round over here if you wish. About 5 breaths in the transition pose. Take a deep breath in, come upright. So the next pose we're going to do is called Pigeon. And Pigeon helps to undo some of that sitting tightness that we get in our hips. I'm going to show you an option if your knees are cranky, if you're not able to do it. So what you can do is lie on your back and cross your right leg over your left. This is level 1. You can reach in and reach behind that left thigh with the hands interlaced, fingers interlaced. And you can adjust how far you need to go. This is the beginning level, foot on the ground. Do what feels right to you. You can do it like this, or you can come facing downwards, depending on the health of your knees, bringing that right leg underneath you and coming down like this. So 2 minutes here. Ideally 4 to 5 minutes. When you put your hands together in a prayerful pose, it helps to calm the mind by creating a circuit, an electrical circuit. Calms the brain waves down. 2 minutes, ideally 4 to 5. Depends on how much you sit during your day. You can put a block or a book or a pillow or blanket or a towel underneath your right hip if it's way up in the air, or if you need the support if there's any discomfort. Remember the option of stopping the video and holding the poses longer to suit your own needs. About 4 more deep breaths. And taking a deep breath in, pulling your navel to the spine. You can come back and come to your hands and knees. Remember the option, we're going to do the other side, the option of coming to your back, crossing the left leg over, remembering the different levels. Foot on the ground to start, reaching in between that space created by the cross of the leg, interlacing hands behind the thigh, or coming to a facing down position and bringing the left leg underneath you. Those are many options. Do what feels right for your body, for your bones. If you've had any knee injuries, it's best to do this on your back. You're breathing into your belly, your chest, your back, and you're probably tired of me saying that, but I like to remind everybody about it because so many times we start to think the breath becomes choppy, shallow. We will hold this for 2 minutes, but remember that you can hold it longer in your own practice. And I love to say, notice the difference in the right side compared to the left. In your own practice, maybe stay longer on the tighter side if it's right for you. Halfway done. Remember, no sharp pain. Taking a deep breath in, pulling your navel to your spine. As you come back to a tabletop position, spread the bones of the hands wide. Put your knees under your hips. Inhale, sway your back. Exhale, arch your back. Do this for 5 rounds. When you arch your back, really make sure you're pulling your navel up to the spine, opening up the space in between the shoulder blades. And then come to neutral alignment. Walk your knees apart and push back into child's pose. This may not be available to you for your knees. If you wish, you can lie on your back and pull your knees into your chest. Really reach with the arms. Keep the bones of the hands spread wide. Try to press the tip of each finger into the ground equally. This can be a home pose whenever any pose becomes too intense for you.
Really reach the hands wide, really far apart or out, and bring those fingertips really far apart from each other.
Come back to tabletop position. Sit down, lie back. This is called Shavasana, final resting pose. Traditionally, your palms are facing up, down by your side. Your feet fall open. If this is not available to you, if it is uncomfortable for your back, bend your knees, drop your knees in, and have your feet far apart. This is called neutral position. It takes the pressure off of your spine. It is tradition to do Shavasana at the end of every yoga class. I like to think of it as when your body absorbs the energetic work that you have done. We will only stay here for a couple of minutes, but in your own practice, stay as long as you wish. You're breathing into your belly, your chest, your back, noticing where the body touches the earth, the head, the shoulders, the hips, the arms, the legs, the hands, the feet. Soften the center of your palms and just let the earth receive you. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock gently on your spine. And roll to your sides, whatever side feels right for you. If you're pregnant, it is suggested to roll to the left. If you've rolled to the right, put your left hand on the ground in front of your torso. Push yourself slowly upright. It is tradition to sit in a meditative seat before you go out into the world. It is also tradition to place your hands in front of your hearts with your head dropping to your fingertips, offering thanks within for our many blessings. Great job, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this virtual workout. Please visit YMCA-Richmond.org to see all of our offerings for staying strong in healthy spirit, mind, and body.